Yeah, I think now more than ever, and I think Scump said it in one of the
Hey, Joy Big
streams,
Balls,
like
appreciate 25
it's never
months.
been like this, and
Bro,
I don't
stop,
necessarily
bro. I
think it's because
appreciate
there's
it
no
within 2
options
months, man. Thank you so much.
of games to play. I really don't. I think it's just like it's that bad that, you know, when I play, the few times that I get to play and I lose, I would like to know that I'm losing to a human. Right? When you are in a position to where you just don't have a chance because of bots, because of walls, because of like the whole thing, then that becomes the biggest issue ever. Like Nate Chat said, like there's no fair gameplay. Right? Like as much as they consider this a video game, like this is a competitive digital sport that people fucking grind for.
But I don't want to say it right now. Come back in here once this conversation's done. You're not going to like what I'm going to say.
Everybody
I don't want to talk over Hector.
You're paying for a service, right? You're paying for your skins to work and not give you a competitive advantage. You're paying for the game. You're paying a monthly for your internet. Like you're putting money into this thing, and they seem to not give a shit, and they just want more of your hard-earned dollars. Here's more bundles. Here's more bundles. Here's more bundles.
Just fitting.
Listen, nobody yaps like me. Know that. Period.
I don't know. Nate might give you a run for your money on that one.
Nah. That's my little brother, man. He can. But in the end,
Hector's been around too long and seen too much shit.
And I'm just mad at everything now because of just the way that my beautiful game and what it's turned into. You know what I'm saying? Since Call of Duty 2005, I've been here. Since 2005. Everybody in this call should be like, how old was I in 2005? That's how long I've been around working on this thing with other people that are just as passionate.
If you guys are curious, bro.
For people to come in 2019 and say, hey,
you've never seen a tweet to W tweet, bro.
Stro, Hex, fucking United, fucking you guys, thank you for your hard work. We got it from here, though, boys.
This is at a boot
we
camp
got it from here. We'll take these guys that have built something else elsewhere.
I mean, it's not gonna get any better though, because the studio and the publisher are so driven by public stock price and revenue. Like that part of that's never going to change, right? Of them trying to milk this quasi live service thing until they can't, you know.
Well, what do you guys think?
What do we think they should do?
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that'll ever happen, Ben. I don't think it would ever happen. To be honest with you,
I think the only way that happens is if COD. I think if COD actually has competition, if they have other game competition, I think they're going to be forced to where people actually will stop playing. But until people stop playing and actually like do that, I don't think it's ever going to change. But there has to be other game competition.
Bro, I would fucking kill for this game to just be like one COD with like one set engine and then just add fucking maps and guns for like a long time and just not swap like.
Here's the issue, Chris, is then you're not taking your $80 every year. And that's a lot of revenue they're leaving on the table.
They can take the $80 another way, bro. Like
I have a theory that they can't create a good anti-cheat unless they make you download something like Valorant. Like, you know how Valorant, you have to download some and like the anti-cheat's amazing. As soon as you cheat, you're banned. I feel like in order for them to actually do it, they need to make people download something, and they're terrified to make the casuals download something.
Because
I think they're actually unable or unable.
Let me ask you this. That think they're being spied on when you download a fucking software.
I think it's too invasive.
Someone's trying to ask a question.
Someone's trying to ask. Oh, it was me. I said,
sorry.
Let me ask you something, right? Like, think about what happens, right? We get into the CDL thing. Everything that happens, and then in the end, for the end of it to be like, all right, listen, the CDL is the end all be all, top of the line, top 0.001% of all of the competition. This is our world championships. But next month we're gonna have the world championships.
Yeah.
That to me what like that is one of the things that got me the angriest, man. No bullshit, because if we're gonna go that route and there's gonna be a bonus round of listen, I'm glad that there's money. I'm so happy. Then but if we're gonna do that, then why don't we move champs and all that prize pool to one prize pool at ESWC, right? And then if we do that, then there's no need for the CDL, as there wasn't back then. And then let's just play a circus-esque MLG type of free for all. Let's start in LA. Let's go through Vegas. Let's go through Dallas. Let's go
Bring
to
back
New
the
York.
world tour, baby.
Let's go to Paris, and then let's go to London and on our way to Riyadh. You know what I'm saying?
I've had this conversation with a lot with Adam and Pete.
The league is just terrible.
I think we're speaking
league is fucking boring.
It's not that it's not.
I don't think it's boring.
Not boring.
I don't think it's
Definitely not
boring.
boring.
I don't think it's boring.
I mean, it's boring. I mean, it's definitely not boring, but I can see. I know what you mean, Duarte. I know what you're talking about.
I just think teams need more
It's just- it could be-
storylines
it could
because of
be
the
so much
content they're
more.
making.
I don't think we don't have a storyline. We don't have a storyline
Bro,
problem. That's
I'm
not the
sorry.
issue.
I'm tired of watching, let's say, Optic.
GAs make it boring. Maps make it boring. Like, we can have more maps. Like, there's just things that can elevate it. But I think the storylines of it is what keeps it alive.
We don't have enough Apex. I think Hector hit the nose. We don't have enough Apex moments. When we have an entire league system, and I think, Zane, you literally, when I joined the call, you brought this up. When we have an entire league system built around way too much online activity, online hours, and our only Apex moments are like 5 in like 9 months, it's just not going to hit as well from a marketing beat. They need to do a much more effective job from game launch to the World Championship at the end of just having like these consistent moments. And I think
you used to always have something to watch. You had 2Ks every weekend, 5Ks every weekend, and then that would hold you over until an impactful UMG tournament or an MLG tournament. There was always something to look forward to. Now there's 5 weeks of slow burn shit where you get maybe 3 good matches in 5 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you have a tournament, and everybody loves the tournament because tournaments will always be awesome because you get to watch all your favorite teams.
Trying to move the conversation, chat. Am I doing a good job?
Everybody was
trying my best.
And not entertaining to watch. Get eliminated quick, and you don't have to watch them again. Because I'm sorry, if I see a weekend where I have to watch X, Y, and Z play, good fucking lord, bro. Those maps are a snooze. There'll be weekends or days of the weekend where there's one good match out of literally the entire bunch, and we have to sit there. And Tommy knows it because he sits there and watches every single one to the fucking T. He just sits there and has to fucking suffer, and he's just like feeding his attention span by prize picking. Because Tommy, I know you are fucking.
I mean, I do love Todd, bro. I mean, I can sit and watch Todd,
but some of those matches are wow.
Like, I love what I do.
This way,
I wouldn't
I'm
say
asking the next question.
No.
Of course you don't. But you know, you would much rather watch more of like Optic versus.
No,
FaZe,
I just think there's so much more that can be done to make it more entertaining. Like, I'm entertained by it. Like, I like watching it, but it's just there's so much more that can be done to take this shit to the next level. And it's just not being done. It's just not happening. And that's a lot of problems. That stems from a lot of problems. I think GAs is a little
done, bro. It used to be done when there was less money involved. Back when it was more bare bones. It got worse when money came in. It doesn't make sense. It's ass backwards.
It's not necessarily about the. Go ahead, Hector.
I was gonna say it doesn't. It's not. It didn't get worse because the money came in. The money just got put in the wrong places, dude, it is beyond me how it is that we had a better path to pro system when we didn't have a path to pro system.
Crazy,
now that we have
right?
now that we have challengers, like it's
awful.
Listen, I read an internal email at Optic today that said that the CDL is not interested in giving us a subsidy to host challengers at our event. So we're not hosting a challengers at our event. And you know how I feel about challengers. Wow. I was not going to put a challenger. I was not going to put a challengers team out there because I knew that it was just going to be me fucking spending money to promote something that didn't have an actual thought behind as to how somebody becomes a pro. It's just to pacify the rest of the pros that didn't make it into the pro league. That they just wanted to pacify them. They're like, hey, listen, there's gonna be a lot of pro players that are gonna be losing salaries. There's gonna be a lot of pro players that are gonna be losing their income because of this league. So let's give them a challenge, a path to pro, so that they can have like this carrot hanging in front of them. You know what I'm saying? So again, to me, it's very disappointing as to where Call of Duty is, and I know that I sometimes come off as a overly cynical person, but man, I literally love this thing, man. Like I have the fucking M40 tattooed on me in my theater room with a beautiful theater room, which plays incredible sound, by the way. I have 2 posters. I have a Call of Duty 2 poster that was gifted to me when we raised like I don't know, like $400,000 for what was it, the Call of Duty endowment. Right, so they gave me a gift. So that poster is in my theater. The other poster is the original Call of Duty 4 poster. It's got a Spider-Man game in the back of it from GameStop, Like, I love this shit, man. I love this game, and that's why I am not going to just sit around and see what happens.
Wait, so Hector, just ask a question. Like, is the issue that they weren't going to give you, like, would you have taken any subsidy and made it work, or did you need or want like a full subsidy? Because I know Challenger's cost have like essentially doubled in like 3 or 4 years, some shit like that.
Well, I don't know the details, Ben. But all we know is that all I know is that this it's 50-50 going forward, man. I'm not gonna do more than my 50% because my 50% should be enough in a partnership, right? And if every single owner like me and our organizations are doing our fucking 50%, then we should expect the same thing from the other 50% in this partnership. And I've said it before, man. Like, I understand that this is their IP, right? But when you invite somebody into a partnership, as we did with this league, then we should hold people accountable for not doing their fucking 50.
100%. You're speaking facts. And I think to your point, like, you know, the way that this format works, the fact to your point that, like, you know, challenge and participation and going to events, like, it's not going to cost Activision that much to provide a subsidy to 4 event hosts a year. That is probably less than $1 million.
So you're confirming that, right, Hector? There's not going to be any challengers. Obviously, it's not your fault, but like, there's no challengers at Dallas.
Correct.
That's damn. Those guys, the challenger guys, are going to be heartbroken.
Wow.
Yeah,
dude,
I don't get that at all.
It's not.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for them, especially when you sort of like in the beginning, where you were sort of put in a position in which you couldn't get sponsorships that
I don't think you realize how expensive challengers events are.
Yeah,
it probably costs.
I think that
last time I did a budget for
remember when Activision was
probably over 100,000 now.
What the fuck?
That's before prize pool.
The USAA. Remember USAA? How they were a sponsor of the Call of Duty League?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That year, USAA offered Optic a super sponsorship.
Say the number.
They offered you a bag.
No. to put their logo on the back of the jersey, the way that we had Razer, the way that we had others. We were told. Well, I was told no, and I said, why not? I was like, the league is sponsor. I'm like, I'm literally about to break even and prove that this thing is a viable thing if we do the right things and we do the right moves. I understand, dude. I don't even want to fucking get into
just
it
because you guys would have a logo on the back and other people wouldn't on a pass-through knockdown deal on an existing league sponsor.
Well, no, but I bet you that they.
That's insane. That's fucking
listen.
insane.
As everybody knows, as everybody knows, I obviously have my Seth and I have a dispute going on with them. Which is obviously like not something that I ever wanted to do. I fucking love this shit, man. If I wouldn't have been let down as I was, if I didn't lose what the fuck I lost, I would have continued to work and kept my head down and just kept my opinions to myself and did what we did. But dude, at some point somebody needs to fucking raise their hand and say, yo, this is not fair.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's psycho, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's insane. And no, it's actually insane.
Crazy.
Wait, hold on. So this entire year, challengers, the only thing they look forward to is legit this elite challenger cup.
Well, assuming like is Miami?
I just don't assume there's if all right. Listen,
we don't even know.
I'll be honest. If Optic is not hosting a challengers tournament, I fucking doubt that anyone else.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, if Major, the rumor that Jake Hill, Jake Hill posted a while back that maybe Major 4 is DreamHack Dallas. If any place would have the space in the economy to scale resources to make a challenge
that's not going to be hosted by anyone, right? Like,
no, that'd be, I assume, I'm not gonna put Hector on the spot, but I don't know how. Assuming hypothetically that DreamHack Dallas is technically in their HMA, so
I don't know how to speak to my client. Talk to me.
Listen.
I'm not gonna
say that again. Say that again, Ben. Say that again.
So technically, let's say it's hypothetical. If Major 4 is DreamHack Dallas, isn't that technically in your home market area? Your franchise?
Ben, isn't that technically in our HMA, Ben?
Technically, yeah.
Huh?
Is it not?
Ain't that funny?
Is it not?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
What's HMA? What is that?
Explain it, Hector.
Our HMA is literally all of Texas, all of it.
They're like the market, your home market.
Yeah, my home market. But in real, like for real though, like Dallas, right? Like think about it, man. It's It is infuriating when all you're trying to do is good. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to paint myself as a fucking saint. I am not. Okay, but at the same time, like there are things that I'm passionate about, and my brain won't allow me to just shut the fuck up and go along with asinine bullshit. And I cannot. I will not. I mean, 4 years of what, man? It took how many years for us to get to a point in which billionaire investors wanted to come in and do this thing?
Yeah.
It took only 3 years for that dream to be fucking shattered because of just mismanagement.
Great.
And what can anybody do? Nothing. Do you know why? Because you can't play Call of Duty anywhere else. There isn't an MLG, there isn't a UMG, there isn't a CMG, there isn't an NJ Halo, there is none of that.
That out Rod, baby.
Meanwhile, you see CS, one of the longest standing esports. So he has tournaments hosted by fucking Blast, ESL, fucking this, and that. Like I don't even know anymore. There's so many.
Maybe one of you can explain this to me, right? There are 3 developers that work on Call of Duty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a reason why? And I don't know why. Why don't they all abide by the same rules? Why are they all compete? Why are they all compete? If there's a parent company, that owns 3 different departments under the same thing, working on the same game, why aren't they working on it together?
Money. Yeah, money.
And greed.
But the money's there. The money's gonna be there for them. Their skins are gonna sell. The
Ego.
bacon camo from fucking Black Ops 2 is gonna do $4 million in a year. The fucking it's
ego.
I don't know what it is, but even in egos, there is a leader at the top, right? There's a leader at the top. He should be able to tell the people that work underneath him, is like, yo, all 3 of you work together, shut the fuck up, let's do what's best for that.
Wait, come to think of that, there was a leak or some shit about how Microsoft came in, and since they've come in, they basically told the studios that their jobs are to stop like trying to innovate basically all of the staples in COD and focus on like innovating things like in maps design and all that stuff. Like, so this could be copium. I wish I could find the tweet if somebody might pull it up or send it to me and stuff like that. But there was a leak, and hopefully that means that starting, over the next couple years, granted no fucking idea when, we will be relatively playing a similar game. We will stop going backwards every fucking year with all the things they change later in the year that make the game great, both for Warzone and both for MP, and everyone's like, oh wow, this is finally a pretty good game, and then we have to swap and start over again.
I think you're getting a good point, Chris. Hopefully this is a move that within Activision starts to break down a lot of the existing silos that get in the way of a lot of good stuff, because that like macro issue is the cause of a lot of the problems that we have discussed during the course of this call.
We do not have an anti-cheat, and you cannot play the game.
Yeah.
The game is unplayable. It's unseen before.
Right.
Yeah. No, I have so much to say, man, but obviously, like I'm limited in my capacity, and I swear to God, man, I wish it wasn't this way. Like I went since I went 10 years without having any beef with anyone over there, and I was always there to fucking help. But when people treat you a certain way after everything that you've done, you feel a certain kind of way, man, and it is just, oh man, it's infuriating because you don't know who it is. When that thing came out, when Seth and I dropped the news, or when the news got out, for them to say that they were disappointed in us, I asked, I'm like, who's disappointed? Because Activision as a whole is a business, it's a logo, they can't be disappointed. Who over there was disappointed in me? Because I don't talk to fucking nobody over there. So who could have been disappointed in somebody that they don't know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean. This is what I mean when they're like, it's business is business, but then feelings get in the way by disappointment. Like, whoa. Then if it's not just feelings, then let it be business then. So I let it be business.
Let's get it.